What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on with you, there?
Nothing much, man. Hanging in there, getting ready for I don't know, maybe watch the football.
Uh,
Watch
you know,
football,
it,
I guess.
everybody gonna laugh at it. It's a good little way to start. This stream. My son, he's 14 years old, my oldest boy, and he asked me this morning who I had in the Super Bowl. You know what my response was? Who's in
The
the
red
Super?
team. The
Who,
red team.
who's playing in the Super Bowl? That's crazy, right? Hey,
Hey.
the epic response from my son, my 14-year-old son, was, "Dad, you just lost your man card."
Oh.
I'm like, man, real messed up. So, because his team apparently is the Chiefs, so he was telling me,
Oh, tell him I'm going for the 49ers because
it,
Cali boys, we gotta go Cali.
hey,
49ers.
and I just found out Debo Samuels played for the 49ers from Spartanburg, from South
Hmm.
Carolina. He's a pretty stand-up guy, undersized, but he's a beast, man. But I never knew who was even in the Super Bowl. That's crazy. But let's see who's all tapping in. DNA, what's going on? Wiz Constrictors, what's going on? Everybody tapping in
What's
strong.
up, Wiz?
Volcanic Constrictors. He's out there by you. That's my man. He stays in the inbox. We talk pretty much every other day at least.
Oh yes. Yep.
Messages. And he got to come out there and tap in with you guys to see how that
Yeah. We've been
operation
chopping
goes.
it up a little bit.
Now,
We've been
so tell
chopping
us
it
a
up a
little
little
bit
bit.
about who we're gonna have on this week, because they're in the background right now.
Work in progress pythons.
Right. Um, to my understanding, they started back in 2021. Again, we have a lot of people on, and we want to obviously continue to have more people on. Anyone who wants to talk snakes, we'd love to see and listen to different perspectives on this thing that we're trying our best to accomplish and be successful at. But the new people like ourselves, as well as the vets in the game, I think it's important to kind of have a little bit of everybody um, up here and to get their point of view. What's going on, Miggy? Miggy's everywhere. Miggy for
What's
May.
up, Miggy?
Miggy for May. But without further ado, we're gonna bring him on so we can start the show.
What's going on, everybody?
So the icebreaker, to get you guys rocking and rolling. Tell us what's your brand, what's the meaning behind your brand, and when you officially start.
All right. Well, we started picking up ball pythons in 2021, and we had our first clutch in 2022. WIP stands for work in progress, because as you know, there's always work to be put in this game right here. If you ain't working, you ain't gonna win. So we went with work in progress. Our logo is pretty much just like a blueprint type thing, because we're always designing, thinking outside the box, trying not to go with the trends.
That's the name of the game. That's definitely, and it's kind of hard because so many big name people getting some incredible combos that you want to kind of jump in and either almost on the tailwind of some of those combos.
Yeah.
But on the same time, you can, in a sense, if you can visualize your own little twist to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think a lot of people fell into the Batman kind of funnel hole, rabbit hole. Awesome combo, love it. But when it was first hit, the price was up through the roof, and everybody's goal was to start picking up the pieces of the ingredients, as Darren say, having the ingredients and producing that combo.
Yeah.
Now look at where we are. I mean, everybody
has them.
Man, they sit on Mark Market forever. Still an awesome combo, but I don't think too many people went into that thinking about what was next. What can they add to it? What's going on, Fred?
The next phase of everything is where it's at. So even certain combos, like I get it. Batman's been mass produced, done, right? Lavender albino pies, mass produced, done. But that next combo that's in it, taken to the next set.
Taking that one gene that nobody's really working with, plug it in there, seeing what what happens with it.
Exactly. And there's so many people that are popping up stuff in their collection, or even trying to just work with a dinker, which I don't see a problem with that. That if it hits, it hits, but I wouldn't base my everything on that one gene unless it proves out. Then if it proves out something crazy, then okay, I'm gonna run with it. Like if I was to produce monsoon, I'd be like, that's most of my rack would be monsoons.
It's funny you say that. Yeah, you know, we're gonna direct that towards you guys too. So my opinion on the new gene theory is, especially as a new person, like I said, we have a couple genes we think may be new, and we're gonna work them and not really make them available. Kind of stick to our own game plan, but it's very difficult as a new person getting into the industry, especially the ball python industry, being so huge and having so many people that's vetted in the industry and so much, I guess, negativity out there. We're trying to bring everybody together and be so welcoming. But the new gene thing is extremely difficult because I don't think, and I'm not saying that we're correct. I'm just saying I think we're along the lines of possibly being in the correct area. If you have a new gene and you're new, you don't have a very large collection, you're gonna have to have some other primary source of income, whether it's other projects, whether it's other businesses, because in my thought process, if you're truly working that gene, you can't sell anything off of that gene. You can't. You have to, and that's for like 4, 5, 6 years minimum, because you got to kind of iron some of them things out. You want to have breeders that you don't necessarily need, but you have to hold them because it's a kind of visually identifying that gene. That way, when you make some of these combos 4 and 5 years down the road, and you know for a fact it's a gene, let's say genetic testing is there, whatever it may be, you already have like 100 babies, you got 40 juveniles, 20 breeders, and now you can kind of hit the ground running. And then the business side of it kind of takes an effect as well. I don't think on the front side of it it's really been put out there, but if I got, you know, the flawless gene, which we don't have, but if I have the flawless gene and we're 4 or 5 years in, I think it would benefit us on the business side to say, hey, you know, we have 200 snakes involved in that collection, and I'll hit up Billy, Mutation Creation, let them know, hey, you got an export coming out there. I'm gonna send you this male and female. It contains X, Y, and Z gene. It's on us. Give us a shout out on your platform, which is 100 times bigger than ours. You're only going to end up with 2 snakes. He can do a lot with those 2 snakes, but that leveling up process, he can prove it out, put it out there amongst the masses, 10 times fold on what you can reach, and your benefits of losing out on selling those 2 snakes outweighs, you know, the risk, I think, when you finally prove it. It's almost like the marketing, promotion, advertising costs. I don't know. What's your opinion on a new gene?
Ours, I mean, it's tough being new. But yeah, you'd have to, if you've got something that you think is different, like you said, hold it back, work with it, try to figure out, is it recessive? Is it a codom, incomplete? So like you said, some of these projects can go like 10, 12 years.
Right.
Know? Yeah.
Look at Stranger. Stranger started, he had it since 2012. So a lot of these genes that we're seeing, people already had in 2012, and they're just now really starting to push.
Yeah.
You know, so it takes 5+ years for those genes to really get somewhere. I mean, the mimic gene, they said he's had for a while, and he still hasn't released it to people, and he's just playing with it and showing it off.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely a good point. Look at the mimic gene. Have you guys seen the mimic gene?
Yeah, I've seen that. How it changes colors every shed.
Yeah, it changes color, the pattern enhancement. I think I don't know him personally. I met him once when we were visiting Tinley, and I think he's very smart in his approach. You know, he's definitely putting out there, networking with a few people. I think people are partnering now in that gene, but the gene for the most part is his. I think he's using it to leverage his brand, get next to a lot of people on big platforms, which elevates his own brand, not just the gene. I think the business side, that's real smart. You know, it's real smart not to just say, hey, give me X, Y, and Z dollars for this snake. And now, because I mean, it's just the way it goes. The big bank take little bank. Every single time.
Oh, yeah.
So if you release something, you know, that's why Justin, shout out to Canova. There's never going to be any shade coming from my direction. But anytime you have someone with a bigger, more solid structured following behind you, they can take a gene that you originated and be 100 times bigger than you can.
Yeah.
Because it's so small. That's my opinion. You know.
Yeah, it's got a little more outreach.
Reach. Big time.
Yeah, a lot more. Big time.
So, since 2021.
Yeah.
Shauna and Josh, who was the ones? Which one was the one that spearheaded this direction?
It was kind of both of us. We both had corn snakes for years before, and I think we both had males, and then I picked up a female, thinking like, "Oh, we're gonna just try it," you know. And we haven't yet. We've had these snakes for years, and so we might actually do that this year. We just haven't put in the research, but we might just do like, you know, just put them together and see what happens. And then as you see, like behind us, we have tarantulas as well. So we've been in the exotic community for a while.
Rocky, tell us, this guy's scared of them. He's scared of them.
I'm not scared of them. Disclaimer, I said, hey, I'm taking your black card.
Okay.
Hey man, time change. You lost your black card when you started getting these reptiles, anyways.
Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a running joke, but it's facts to it. Unfortunately,
yeah.
So coming up, you know, inner city. Me and Darren kind of.
It was taboo. It was taboo.
Yeah.
It was.
It's literally the same story. Can't have pets. Can't have animal other than a dog. We couldn't even have a cat, and I didn't want cats, but we couldn't even have a cat growing up. So I'm happy, as well as Darren is, to change that kind of cultural difference between, you know, our kids that's being raised up around these same animals, because they're so fun to keep, educational at the same time. It kind of wipes a lot of the fear out of them. My kids, they had corn snakes. You know, they had corn snakes. We actually had a really cool story from Brian from BHB. You know, rest in peace. But a long while before we even started ball pythons, we had a couple of black-tailed crevos, which love those things, and corn snakes. And we had a couple of scaleless rat snakes that we ended up ordering directly from him, and phoned and talked to his wife and told her, you know, how happy we were. The kids were ecstatic. They've been watching all of this YouTube, and they wanted to get an autograph from him. And it was no problem. Take care of it. Signed it and sent his autograph on his picture. It was really cool. So we had a amazing action with BHB. So the hobby and the industry is definitely going to miss them tremendously.
Yeah.
What projects are you guys really working with?
So we're starting up with some puzzle stuff. We definitely got the clown, pieds,
hypo. We've got
hypo and everything. We're gonna be doing hypo pieds, hypo clowns, hypo DGs. You know, so we're picking up some visuals right now and some of that. So making our hets. So that's our big thing right now is we're going through and making a bunch of hets. Even though we do have a hypo clown pairing this year, so hopefully we get some blackhead hypo clowns out there. Puzzle stuff growing up, but we reached back a little bit, and one of the genes nobody's really working with too much is Jungle Woma. We're actually going to sit there and plug that into a few different things. We like the fact that it's a pattern enhancing, color enhancing. The super is pretty awesome. The puzzle back, and I know it goes by another name, Mario, and you got the Super Mario. Yeah. So, but we're going to keep the Jungle Woma name. But yeah, we haven't seen a lot of things worked with puzzle back into different combinations. So we've got a Jungle Woma to Jungle Woma pairing this year to get some, hopefully a couple puzzle backs, so we can sit there and work that into other projects.
When we were at your table, what was it that you said popped out of your collection?
Okay. So last year we paired a pastel bongo to a het clown, butter het clown female. Just to get some more posset clowns, but we wanted just some butter bongos because, you know, bongo's another one we're going to be putting into a couple of things. But we ended up getting some kryptons. So
favorite gene,
you know, is it? So yeah, so we ended up. He ended up being het cryptic.
He would have been on Morph Market immediately.
He does not like. That's why I was like, let's lead up to what you're gonna say, because I knew what you're gonna say. Because he's like, it's gonna show up, and just the way you said it popped up in your collection. There's so much stuff that we have over here. If you haven't had it tested, I guarantee you have something, because somewhere down the line, when we got past that 50%, we just don't count it.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people do the same thing. And that's why a lot of things just pop up here and there, you know? So yeah, we're going to send his shed in, have a full panel done because we know Cryptic and DG and things like that are all float around together and stuff. So if he ends up being, you know, it'd be pretty awesome. So we held back his babies or their babies. We got 2 Kryptons out of there. One's just a pastel butter Krypton. And then the other one is a pastel butter bongo Krypton, which is pretty little crazy, which was really nice.
Wait, educating me now. Wait, so you have Cryptic is floating around with DG? I thought Cryptic was floating around with Puzzle.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, oh wow.
It's in there all, but mostly I heard it with Cryptic.
Yeah.
Cryptic and DG.
Yeah.
Oh crap. Oh man. I'm in trouble.
Oh man. You're gonna pop up stuff you don't even want, huh?
I'm in trouble.
What's up, Charlie?
It's a funny running joke. Yeah, you know, Cryptic, you know, it is. I'm looking at it from the business side and keeper side. Like, I don't want to get anywhere near our ceiling on how many animals we can kind of have here in that facility. So it's like I keep almost like to the point of having a complete rack, a 40 series rack empty, preparing for the future. And if a gene like Cryptic popped up with Kryptons and all that other stuff and combos, then that rack of free space is gone.
Oh yeah.
Playing around with that.
Yeah, we're running out of space quick. We need
Yep.
You will. I think that's the biggest problem with breeders is that whole next step. Okay, I got this. Now I need more racks.
Yeah.
And you wait until almost the last minute to get that next rack. And I think that's why, like all these other Freedom Breeder and ARS, at one point you're waiting a long time because everybody was doing it last minute.
Oh yeah.
Last minute. But
let me also ask you, well, how many snakes do you guys have?
Total at the moment, ball python
77. I did the count.
On the ring.
Oh yeah. Well, we just did a show last week, and we were able to rehome a few snakes, which was really nice.
Congrats!
Yeah, we've done a couple of Repticons here, and then one super show. We actually did the super show in January. That's where we met Darren.
Okay. So, what's your experience so far? Because you're on Morph Market. I've seen you guys on Morph Market as well.
Yeah, we don't have any listens yet. We've only got a few more babies to let go, so we're probably going to be posting them shortly.
Okay, so was your main approach to try to get out there in person first in your area, and then maybe put some extra stuff on Morph Market when you get a chance?
Exactly. Yeah, we wanted to try to sit there and see what we can do at the shows, get our name out there, be a little more personable. And I do like the show aspect because just seeing the kids light up, seeing like holding the first reptile. Or even adults. We actually just sold a snake the other day to a guy who was afraid of snakes. Came in with his buddy. Buddy offered to like help him out with it and with that. They got a tank, and just to see his eyes light up, you know, as an adult, like a 30-something-year-old man, just sit there and like Christmas morning.
Listen, get used to it because hey, when we go to these shows, it's like Christmas for all of us.
Oh yeah,
Darren's like half a century. And he's still
hey, my kids say when you go to the show, we see pictures of you. You're always so smiling when you're with your snake friends.
Yeah. That's you're happy.
Like what? But it's fun. It's fun. I haven't been to the show yet at all. But it's just going there and interacting with a lot of people and see what they have on the tables and what they're producing, what their goals have. Yeah, I enjoy that.
He has help. He has his lovely lady. He has to look all the racks, but that's just a portion of his racks. He probably listed maybe 20% of his babies that need to be listed on Morph Market. Like he just.
Hey, I like to see them grow.
Yeah.
You hear him? He likes to see them. That's a
grow. I'll feed you. Eat more.
You get that little seller's remorse too. You get that one. You're like, oh, I'll let go, and then like, oh man, I missed that one already.
Yeah, but it's a different type of self. At 10 years in, he shouldn't be like, man, I shouldn't have let go of that single gene pastel.
Oh, whatever. I mean, I don't know. Pastel in some combinations.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's in a female. I'll take it all day in the combo female.
I still have butter in my collection. You know, pastel. They're getting hate right now, but yeah, I still have it. I don't know.
They still do some crazy things.
Yeah, we actually just sold our bongo girl, and we never even got to breed her. It was just, unfortunately, it's like she's like 1,700 grams, fire cinnamon bongo, beautiful girl. But if we're sticking to the business plan, it's like, hey, we made it, we put it in ink, and we said, hey, it has to have 4 incomplete dominant genes for it to stay here. She's set size. We got to put her up and move her along. Yep. That's what happens when you have a smaller collection and you want to kind of stay focused. Hopefully, on the future, you got to make some really tough decisions.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it on the small end. So we definitely is making bigger, better things and letting go of the other ones.
Definitely. What's your
Don D?
Yeah, what's your view on holdbacks? What are you when you do your pairings, are you visualizing hitting a specific combo and saying, hey, that's going to be my holdback? Or are you just going to take the best production out of those breedings and hold those back? What's your view on that?
We're definitely breeding with some purpose. So there is definitely going to be, hopefully, a couple of holdbacks in those.
If not one, at the very least.
Yeah. Like I said, we're shooting to make some visuals in our females because we do want we're trying to do more visual to het pairings or visual to visual. Even though we do have a couple of het to hets, just because we want to make sure that we do have those 100% hets. Don't have to do too much of the testing and things like that.
Believe us, it gets expensive.
Oh yeah. We just purchased quite a few visual males so we could sit there and make some hats and things like that. So we just purchased a pastel hypo DG male, a pied hypo male, a puzzle male, things like that, just so we can go to everybody, just make sure everything's 100% het.
Nice. Pastel hypo DG male.
Are you testing it?
Not as of yet, but we are collecting. We're probably going to send in like half a dozen at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie's in the chat.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, we got a couple coming your way soon.
Yeah, everybody definitely tap in with Charlie. He's actually a sponsor for the channel. Reach out to him. He's been tremendous with his turnaround times. He's extremely dependable and he's very personable. Reach out to him any hours of the day. He almost gets back to you instantly. Oh,
awesome. Yeah, I work at a graveyard, so I'm up all night.
Oh, yeah. Don't miss that at all. I worked third shift for 8 years straight.
Yeah.
Man, that was rough. What do you do primarily?
So I work at Universal Studios. I'm a service mechanic in the garage up there. So we work all the service and support vehicles, everything from golf carts up to the big trams that we ride on the studio tour and everything.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Huge. Man. Holy crap. Yeah.
Right, Charlie. I'll hit you up at 2 a.m.
Hey, I remember them hours. Sometimes that communication helps you get through your shift.
Oh yeah.
So, what's the recap on your last show? How did you do? Was it pretty successful?
Pretty successful. We rehomed 8 snakes, which is really nice.
Take with you.
For sale, we took
20.
About 20.
Okay. Do you take snakes to show off or just
we did. We actually took a couple to show off. We took that pastel butter bongo Krypton, and then we also took our black pastel ODYB Enchi Fire, who's het for hypo. Pretty sure het for hypo. We're going to send that test in, and he was pretty bright, Cheeto orange. Yeah, he was probably the highlight of our show at least.
So, what is your 1-2 punch? Your number one breeding this year, and then your second to number one breeding this year that you have now.
Ooh, so the number one we're looking for, we got a blackhead hypo Enchi red gene het clown, who's going to a double het hypo clown. So looking to get blackhead, red gene, Enchi like hypo clowns.
Redhead clown. Wait, the female's
red gene.
No, red gene, not redhead, red gene.
The gene that is attached to blackhead, like the ringer gene, red gene. Yeah.
Name the female in that one more time.
It's just a dual hypo clown.
Okay. I don't think you're gonna get blackhead inchy. Blackhead, you got a powerful combo right there because, from my understanding, blackhead and inchy are allelic. So you're gonna get no normals. You should get blackheads or inchies with other combos.
Well, it's right how they are in the same. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, at the very least, a blackhead.
Yeah. So that's cool. You just find out basically you will get no normals. Obviously, everything should be blackhead or inchy.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Wow.
There you go.
And what's
then,
you gonna test for the het hypo?
I would.
Oh, for the male or the female?
No, when the babies come out, you're gonna test.
Well, he's hypo, so all babies will be het.
Oh, okay.
The clown though will test for the clown.
Clown is 50%. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So it'd be the babies would be 66% since he's het and then she's het.
Now, have you been able to, out of some of the stuff you produce, have you been able to tell kind of like the ones that will probably prove out het for clown or
oh yeah, that ODYB black pastel, like the body looks almost hypo already, but the head is not.
But it gets to a point, and I'm sure Charlie to say it too. He gets, I won't throw his crazy prices out there. They're extremely competitive.
Yeah.
But it'll get to a point where, especially with clown, where it's like, all right, it's 66% het clown. Now, if you're going to list this crazy combo and make it available because you don't need to hold it back, or you're going to keep it and it's still 66, like the fee that you end up forking out for the shed test, it don't even make sense to make a hypothetical, assumption that it is.
Yeah.
You just need to send it right on the
send them on in, yeah. Exactly. Make sure 100% whether they are or not.
Yep, exactly. So, you guys breeding your own rodents?
We are not as of yet. We do have a rack in the garage just in case. In case we pick up some extras or we thought about it, but just a little time constraint at the moment.
Oh yeah.
And I know those take a lot. And then we got in this really for the snakes, not really for the rodents. But as we get bigger, we're definitely going to look into it.
Definitely didn't do it for the rodents.
Right.
We have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
I love feeding them. I don't mind feeding them. I like feeding them off, but I don't like cleaning them. Man,
oh yeah, no.
This is like that is a job in itself. But
exactly.
I save a lot doing that. You save a lot, and you really actually get to see what they're eating that's going to go inside your animals. Because out here, I've had guys that were feeding dog food, and you kind of like,
wow,
yeah.
That's a cheaper way to, I guess, go about it.
Really cheap. Old Roy dog food.
Oh man.
$15. Good grief, that's
but yeah, as we're getting bigger, we're probably gonna end up breeding our own rodents.
We'll start off with one rack and work your way up because man.
Start a couple colonies and get the holdbacks from those guys, the breeders. Yeah.
How close are you guys to Darren?
We're down in Los Angeles. We're actually just outside downtown LA.
So you're down there by
he's closer to KG. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
KG, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes away.
Yeah, we're like 10 minutes from his facility. He's actually been
a big
help with us. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's been a big help, him and D. Any questions we got, don't hesitate to ask. We go over there. And it's like a kid in a candy store going through his racks.
Yeah. He gave you a shout out on Herp Collectors when he was on Mike's show.
I did see that and I appreciate it. I did message him right afterwards, thanks for the love and all this stuff, because he's probably been one of our biggest supporters. Him, Danny and Renee from Portuguese, they've been helping us out. Randy from Park Cloud, everybody down here in LA. We're trying to stay nice, tight, close.
It's coming like a little crew without being a crew. Just the LA breeders.
Yeah,
it's a community within a community, I guess.
Yeah. But everybody's really cool. When I go there and kind of, mingle a little bit, they're all real cool down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to fly down there, right? Or you drive, Darren?
Nah, I fly. I'm not driving. I can't stand to drive. I'll hop on a plane, be there in an hour and a half. I'm good.
Oh no,
45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, I'm good.
I hate to fly.
You hate to fly.
I hate to fly. I'm not a heights kind of guy. I will drive 10 hours before I fly.
You have you been to Tinley yet?
I have not, but that one we might end up flying too.
Okay, so fly.
Yeah.
Although there's a bullet train from I think it was San Francisco to Chicago.
Yeah.
And it takes like 3 days or 2.5 days.
Yeah. 4 hours by plane. 4 hours by plane tops.
Oh man.
But you're going across the country and you get to stop in these like little areas for like 10 minutes and
then get back on the train.
That sounds cool if you have nothing else to do.
I thought about that, just kind of traveling on by train just to see what it's like. But man, 3 days to go to Chicago.
Oh man.
Well, I'm trying to be creative and work around his fears. So.
Yeah. Wait. He has tarantulas over there.
And all my creepy crawlies all over me all day, you know. But yeah, fly.
Well, I mean, the drive to Chicago would probably be shorter than the bullet train.
Yeah, only because of stops and things like that. Whatever.
That's true.
We thought about it. We're getting married at the end of the year, so we got some plans going on for some like little mini moons type things, whatever's. Right. So you know, Tinley was on the itinerary about possibly after the wedding because it's the weekend after the wedding. So we thought about it. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it's on the itinerary.
It's a must show, I'd say.
Yeah,
just go check it out. You know, see the different breeders that are going to be there, and the vibe is a little bit different to me than it is at Pomona.
Okay,
you know, but I mean, check it out. You'll see a lot of people bring out some crazy stuff too.
Yeah, eventually we plan on doing like the Dallas shows. You know,
I'm gonna do that.
Some of the other ones, and that's a conversation that we're gonna have later on about how far we actually want to take vending. You know, do we want to go to Arizona? We want to go to NorCal. Do we want to go to things like that? But I guess it'll depend on what we have at the moment, what we're doing at the moment, things like that.
Yeah, that kind of answers the next question. Awesome.
So how many clutches are you kind of expecting this year?
We're gonna be pairing 12. So we're kind of hoping to get between like 7 and 8. That's our kind of like, if all 12 go, then awesome. But 7 or 8 would be ecstatic with that.
Yeah, that's nice. What's your schedule for doing your pairings? Are you ultrasounding? Are you filling follicles? Are you just putting them 1-to-1 every week?
We're putting 1-to-1 like every other week right now.
Every 3 weeks. I'm the schedule person. So
yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I keep all the records and stuff. So I'm more exact in
spreadsheet queen over here. She got a spreadsheet on everything.
It's teamwork. That's her strong point. Just go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, some of the ones that we really want to know where they're at, we like I said, KG's been helping us out. We'll take them over to his facility. He'll ultrasound them for us and stuff like that and see where they're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't use ultrasound.
Okay.
No. I mean,
he's a caveman.
I should, but I don't. I just pair them. I've had some breedings where the male locked one time and she threw a clutch. So, I mean, it's just getting it started.
Yeah.
I need to, but I haven't.
At least we're getting them there. Personally, I think it's a good tool to have. I'm not saying just rely on it, but in certain situations, I think, just like what Ozzy said, he ended up getting one because of the simple fact he was selling, premium females where he would step up from it, replace them, sell some older OT gene females, and he'll be selling them not knowing that they're gravid. You're passing along, all
your work, yeah.
Yeah, all your work. So I think it has its place in the hobby.
But you're also paying a premium for that breeder female anyway. So, hey.
Well, not necessarily. You got
there's sometimes he does deals. That's right. He does. He does do some deals.
But what I'm saying is it don't matter if, and this is what I'm kind of getting to, even if you want to get it just for that over time. If he sells $3,000 female, $4,000 female, proven breeder, crazy combination. You pay that for that female. And now she comes to you. She's getting bigger and bigger. She ovulates, and then she lays 5 eggs, 6 eggs. Not only did you really make a come up, but he paired that female to one of his insane males that you don't have in your collection. So you're literally looking at
it would be powerhouse.
Oh yeah. Anything out of his, yeah.
I wish I had that luck, but I didn't have that luck when I bought females from him. I'm like, hey, I got lucky. I didn't. I'd be happy. I mean, females can't hold semen for what, 2 years. So, and I've had breedings where I paired the female the year prior to a certain male. She didn't lay for me, and then I paired her to a different male, and then she threw the clutch from last season.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah,
so, yeah.
And that's why we're trying to keep the records just to make sure. So of all of our pairings, and even like breeders, females that we pick up, we try to sit there and see what their pairings were, not to copy, but just to make sure.
Right.
You know, because if they paired her a couple times, she didn't lay, something like that. You know, because we don't want to know, like, have that, like, hey, what is this? You know, and then have to, like, you know.
Yeah. Well, keeping that record is really good because even though she might have laid, she could still hold a little bit of semen from the prior year, and then you pair that male, and then all of a sudden you have another baby that comes out from the male prior.
A dual sire. You're like, you know.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, so when you talk about clutch management, are you looking at any systems like Clutch or what's the other one? Husbandry Pro?
Husbandry Pro. We do have Husbandry Pro. I'm not as active at putting information in it since she's got all the spreadsheets and stuff, but we are like slowly transferring all that information into the Husbandry Pro.
And yeah, I think that's going to be the route we're going to go as well. We've been trying to kind of figure out whether we wanted to go Clutch or Husbandry Pro. I think Husbandry Pro is a little overkill for us right now, even at the stage of that. But I think it will come in kind of Clutch for us because we got the gecko business as well.
Yeah.
So we kind of input our gecko entries.
You can do all sorts of animals.
One-stop shop.
Yeah. I mean, you can do colubrids, you can do the arachnids and things like that. We can actually do our tarantulas if we wanted to do that sort of stuff on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see at Tinley they were giving away a lifetime subscription? They're raffling it off.
Oh, are they really?
Not Tinley, but Pomona.
Oh wow!
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody got it for $400. I was like, dang, that's nothing. $400.
Yeah.
For lifetime? Wow.
Lifetime,
I'd be using the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's a major come up, man. So what's your go-to rack for your breeder size animals? I see your PVC and your stainless steel racks.
So we started off with the VE, the Vivarium Electronics. We do like them, the 70 series for the big females, but we like the VE6 because of the versatility, because they actually hold 3 quart sizes, 3 tub sizes. You got an 8 quart, an 11 quart, and a 23 quart.
Nice.
But we're slowly moving over to ARS.
Okay.
We do like the ARS here. Our next big purchase is probably going to be a 5540.
That's surprising to me because I mean I'm team ARS for my own reasons, customer service and quickness. But you're out there on the West Coast. Typically, it's like it's like a line drawn in the sand that it's automatic Freedom Breeder.
But Freedom Breeder shipping is what's costly to you guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually cheaper for ARS to ship out to us than it is for Freedom
Breeder.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. Especially since with their hybrid systems, it's in a smaller box, still pallet and freight and everything, but yeah.
But doesn't Freedom have hybrid systems too?
I think they just came out with something not too long ago, yeah.
The Pro line.
Yeah, the Pro line stuff.
Classics and the Pro line. So
okay.
I think that they're gonna have to put their heads together. There's no way in the world on the business side of things that I know you guys are far, but in the same state, you're charging more shipping wise for something that's coming from halfway across the country.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy. I think that's a comfort level. I think some of the brands, and again, it's not crap talking, it's just more of a motivation, inspiration to kind of do better business. I think they get comfortable with a certain level of income, especially with their competitors being kind of non-existent to a certain extent when it comes to stainless steel racks. There's really only 2 major brands out there. I think they're strategically placed where normally if you're closer to one, that's pretty much who you're going to end up ordering from. But they need to do some better marketing and research to kind of
they stopped doing they're not doing none of those shows down there in Southern California, huh?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's even crazier.
Yeah, and that's why we picked up the ARS, the 1039 behind us. ARS actually came out to what was it, Anaheim last year.
Okay.
So we did a pre-order, and they actually brought it out to us for even cheaper. So I kind of wish we bit the bullet and bought the two racks at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just didn't have the space and everything now. But like we're making space for it.
Right. Yeah. I know how that goes because that was never in the original plan when we built the facility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snakes weren't even an option. They weren't even part of it on the table, huh? When you built the facility.
Oh yeah.
No. It is definitely making leaps and bounds toward new.
It seems like it's working.
It's all right. We don't need. So you're expecting hopefully 7 to 8 clutches. So ideally, what is out of that second pairing? What's the second pairing? I was asking about your second favorite pairing this year.
Let's see. I think we've got a big cinnamon sugar female that we've got a banana Mojave het puzzle going to.
Oh wow!
So,
okay.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna be using the shed testing on that one there. So we're trying to get the sugar and the cinnamon inside the puzzle projects.
Okay. How deep are you in the puzzle? Do you have any visual puzzles?
We picked up a black pastel puzzle male that we're gonna. He's still small right now. He's just under 300 grams. So by the end of this year, we're gonna be putting him hopefully with enough size, to at least 2 females.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're right behind you. We have a black pastel puzzle stranger male.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Mike was talking about he took a male, and I think it was a herp collector. It was born in November, and now it is February, and it's almost 500 grams.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that. I was like, "What?"
I need that feeding regimen. He needs to put that out. I'm gonna hit him up on that because I was
KG, Bomb Project, that feed regimen. Bomb and Mike, they say they're gonna feed a mouse every day till they hit 500 grams, then they slow it down. So I mean,
I don't have enough mice. I'd have to double up on the mice.
Yeah,
I got more rats, more rats.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Wrap ups.
It's a little bit of time too because we do primarily frozen thawed.
Mm-hmm.
So especially for our hatchlings, we feel like they grow a little bit better on them, as well as when we do vend and show them, sell them, we want them to be on that frozen thawed for the customer.
See that part right there, because there is a lot more people that do frozen thawed.
Yeah.
When they're just getting started into it and they're in the shows, they're kind of like, oh, I don't want to do it live, and they
exactly.
want to do frozen thawed.
Yeah. So it's a little easier on them. It's a little cheaper on the end too, because you could buy it in bulk, keep it in the freezer, things like that.
Is it hard getting them started?
So far we've had decent luck. We start off with live hopper mice for the first couple feedings. And then on the third feeding, we offer a frozen thawed rat pup. And so far we've had pretty good success, probably about a 90% success where they've gone after the frozen thawed pup. We've had a couple that have been a little more stubborn, stayed on live, but we've been pretty lucky so far.
Now, when you do frozen thaw, you have to tongue feed them, you have to put them on tongues, or you just heat them up and put them in?
We do the tongs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow.
Put them under the heat lamp, kind of warm them up a little bit.
We do like the lukewarm water to thaw them out, and then we heat them up a little bit right before we feeding. Just get them to that temperature so they can sense and stuff.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Get them rocking and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say you feed like KG with these big old tongs and kind of them out that way.
Oh man, we did have one puzzle male that we just let go. He, as soon as you opened the tub, he knew there was rats in the room. Oh yeah, he was out. He was on the floor before you can think about it.
Good.
He's like, give me that rat.
Yep, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not missing a meal. Those are the best ones.
Oh yeah.
Best feeders.
Oh yeah.
When we built the facility, Charlie, we actually built the facility strictly with just the geckos in mind. But thankfully enough, we kind of built it to be a smart facility, so we control the humidity and the temperature inside. We have the Wi-Fi hygrometers. We can control the temp and the humidity no matter where we are in the country or in the world. As long as we have an internet connection to our phone, we can monitor it the entire time. So it works out great because crested geckos love 60%, 65% humidity. And ideally, the ambient temperature is anywhere from 72 to 80 degrees, depending on the season. So it's perfect for the ball pythons. We have a drying out phase for 24 hours and then a humid phase for 48 hours that continuously rolls. It just really works hand in hand perfect. Now, space-wise, we plan on having a ton of extra just empty space. We house 2,500 crested geckos now, and we could have housed probably more than double that with no intentions of doing so. But I don't know how it would be now that we have all the ball pythons and ARS racks and UC racks. Crazy.
Just think somebody said, hey, I got 2,500 ball pythons.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
well, just thankful to have the kids, and we have an employee that works. They do a majority, probably 99% of all the cleaning and scrubbing the tubs and everything, scrubbing racks. Just thankful for that side of it because that's time consuming.
But you're able to do it full time. So
hey, that's what you got to do. You got to make some of them sacrifices. Charlie said he's gonna have the puzzle test pretty much.
I saw that.
Oh, congrats! I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Oh, especially with the puzzle too, because I got some stuff that's ready.
Hey, he said
DG
in the next week or two. That's it.
Is it gonna be just DG or DG A B C W and G?
Look, we ain't gonna have that discussion on it. I personally don't think there was ever DG A B C. None of that. It's just like they say in Canada. It's either DG or not, het DG or not.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Same thing Bob said. Bob will, it's always been that. It's just a simple recessive, in my opinion. But maybe they'll see it on their side. And look, even Charlie said just DG. Is it het or not? Thank you. I'm not standing alone.
You say as long as I have yes, it is. No, it is not. Okay, so it's not.
Good.
So
good to know.
Happy about that. Definitely happy about that. So where you guys see you guys next year versus 5 years from now?
Ooh, definitely with better stock, I think. But yeah, we definitely want to be probably a little bit bigger. We're not looking to be like a huge full-time. This is definitely a hobby for us. We want to keep the passion into it and stuff like that. So like 5 years, probably max couple hundred snakes, maybe like 200 snakes. Visuals on both ends. That's pretty much the goal, is try to get like our visuals and do what we want to do. And hopefully it comes out nice enough where people enjoy it and they'd want to get in on it as well.
We're at that.
What's the recessive gene that you don't have that you're thinking about maybe bringing into the collection?
Recessive?
Ultramel.
Yeah, I think Ultramel is probably the next one. She likes Ultramel. Yeah, I think we're gonna.
Well, you like Ultramel too.
I do. I mean, I was leaning a little more. Yeah, I was leaning a little more towards Monarch.
A little bit more. She was ready. Oh, already.
No, yeah, she was ready. I was leaning a little more towards Monarch, but I think we're gonna go Ultramel.
Okay.
And then
I got it.
Okay. And the one we're undecided on is probably Sunset. I think it's tough. I mean, there's been some good looking things out there, but I'm a little back and forth on whether I like it or not.
Have you seen the Sunset Lab?
I have not seen that. Does that one look pretty good?
Lab, yeah, I like it. I do.
Is it?
I like it. I'm a lavender person. I'm not that much of a fan of Sunset, but Sunset and Lab is great.
Okay.
It's great. That was the combo that did it for me.
Yeah. I think the best one I saw was the spot nose sugar Sunset. The way the spot nose brought that golden color down the dorsal, the whites coming up with the sugar and stuff. I think that was probably my favorite so far.
Bob had one without even spot nose and just had sugar in it. He posted one time and it was sold because it went to somebody in Canada. But I liked it. I liked the calico sugar gene.
Oh, calico sugar is underrated. Yeah. That's actually the first ball python that got us into it. Was we picked up a spot nose calico male.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we're going to be working calico into a few things as well.
Yeah, I like it too. I like the calico laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that thing looks so great. I'm on my way to make those. I got to make it.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to do some calico hypo stuff to try with more black and white type.
Yeah, I love calico. I love sugar. My favorite combo, and Darren's gonna laugh, but my favorite combo we really don't work with because it just doesn't make any sense is calico spider. Love that combo.
Oh, colliders are awesome. Yeah.
Oh gosh, love it, but it just don't make sense.
I mean, spider gets such a bad rap. We've got 2 females with spider in it. We will probably do one pairing. But yeah, it's just such a bad rap on them. And I know there's a little more research going on with them about being more of an inner ear deformality as opposed to neurological.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like just having vertigo the entire time, and not them just being loopy.
Yeah. Where they still breed and they still eat. They do great.
Oh, so the best breeders, eaters, and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that extra rat that nobody wants to eat. Goes right to our spider.
So same question with more choices. What about incomplete dominant? What gene you see yourself getting into or adding to the collection?
Oh, I don't know. What is?
There's so much out there.
There's so much out there that it's hard to pinpoint because if I pick up everything that I wanted, we probably wouldn't be breeding. All this would be full of just like different, Yeah. What do they say? It's like Pokemon. You got to collect them all.
Yep. It's bad.
Oh man! But
if anybody that has more than one rack, you have a problem. If you have more than one rack, you have a problem. That's it. Just face it. We're here for support, and the group is getting bigger.
But yeah, I think we're probably gonna get into Stranger.
Stranger.
Yeah.
Stranger. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, we got.
Are you gonna get it with anything else in it? Like, are you gonna go recessive route with it?
We do like the Stranger puzzle. Those look pretty cool. But Stranger Clown is pretty awesome.
Got one.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, you get the you said the pastel Stranger puzzle or
Stranger puzzle male, and then we also have a black pastel Stranger 66% het puzzle.
Okay, did you get that from Vivid?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's where we got our black pastel male from, was for Visit. So it's probably the same clutch.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
You got the black pastel puzzle?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he had another one that we were seeking after. He really didn't want to let that bad boy go, which is why we fell into the others. But it was the black pastel Stranger puzzle male.
Yeah.
Oh man. That single male would have been more than the 6 that we got from him.
Oh yeah,
it was insane.
Yeah, he had a pastel Stranger het puzzle too that was pretty nice looking.
Yep. So I'm like, but had to get that. I think that's the one I ended up getting, the pastel Stranger het puzzle, 100% het puzzle.
Oh, 100% het. Okay, yeah, we got the visual puzzle.
Damn. Yeah, you guys are on it.
Yeah, we're gonna be throwing him to a Phantom Lace.
Yeah.
Yep. Go Lace. The Lace is coming. I like Lace. I like Lace a lot. I like white Lace. Yeah.
Going around. I don't think it's gonna be. Let me say that the right way. I think it will be on equal playing ground as DG once it really, really gets out there. Single gene form and the super form. They do different things, but they look just as good.
Yeah. Our Phantom girl is so bright, you wouldn't even think she's Phantom. You almost think she's Xanthic.
Yeah, we have a couple fans, and they're very, very young. They're het monsoon, Posset candy, and they're really, really bright. We don't have anything older though, with the Phantom gene in it. So interesting to watch them kind of grow and evolve and see what we could produce with them. Trying to get in more genes into the monsoon. I think as long as it's been out, I think it's a tad bit behind on where it really can go.
Okay.
But again, that's kind of
I feel because I think with the monsoon, people kind of ran with kind of just putting incomplete dominance in it.
I think that's because what was in his initial collection. I think yeah, it's kind of crazy, but we're here now. What do you guys think? In your knowledge so far from 2021 to now, and before that time, it came from getting as many incomplete dominants into one snake as possible to now where everyone's chasing recessives, and not just recessives, but multi-recessives in the snakes. Do you think that it can possibly go back to incomplete dominance? I personally think it's going to be a combination of both.
I think it's definitely going to be a combination. There's so many of those incompletes that nobody's really worked with. And that's why we kind of went backwards a little bit. And we looked for some of those that aren't being worked. And like I said, Jungle One was one that popped out the most for us. But we are working with Nanny as well, or Carnage, if you want to,
I like Carnage better, but
we have Nanny too. Yeah. Or
yeah. Anything that's going to be like a pattern enhancer, changer, things like that, we're into. So those granite types, things like that.
It sounds like you're going down on the same lines we're going now. We got a lot of granite type stuff.
Grim.
Changer, the Grim, Super Grim, Ari, Hetari. Trying to do the same things and get some of these things in the combos where we haven't seen a whole bunch out there.
Yeah, we're going to be throwing the recessives in them as well. That's why we're going. But hypo is the big one. But yeah, we're going to have some DG, some clown stuff, pied stuff.
Keep pumping it, man. They're sleeping on hypo. I don't see why they're still sleeping on hypo.
Oh, I don't know. It's going to make a big comeback, I think.
I think it will make a huge comeback later because we're deep in hypo too. But I think a lot of people slept on like the hypo clowns, the hypo the prices dropped, but I don't think they're looking at that being the ingredients and then pieces, to the master plan where 4 or 5 years down the road, you're having something that's ultra male pod hypo with codoms in it, like, and that's going to be the top of the food chain. My opinion.
Yeah, we didn't want to just go out and buy a bunch of like triple hats just to make those triple visuals. You want to be that little bit different, have those different codoms in there, so that, or even other supers and stuff.
What do you think about triple hats with a codom?
Say again?
What about triple hats with a codom?
I mean, that's definitely the way I think things are going, and we're going to look into it with our double hats. That's another reason we went with the double visuals males, so we can put them to our het females or the visual, so we can get the codoms into like triple hats.
Oh yeah, and don't discount the quad hats. If you got double visuals, might want to pick up a few, quad het females, especially in this market, buyer's market. I'm looking at when I start doing the calculator and everything on Morph Market. You want to hit some triples and doubles, go as big as you possibly can. Get them quad. Even if you're doing quad head to quad head, you have a bigger chance of hitting double visuals and triple visuals than kind of just marking them up to each other.
Yeah, I'm on that Morph Market every day, probably more than I should be.
I know. I'm lying on bed on Morph Market.
Like I said, there's days that I'm not gonna get on Morph Market. This guy sends me something.
Oh,
He clicked.
Yeah, we'll just be sitting there and be like, "Hey, babe, look at this. She's like, "No more snakes. No more snakes."
You sound like Arthur.
Think about it. You could be looking at something way different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely, that's the way it's gonna be, though.
It's like, ooh, look at this price. Look at this price. This is
good.
Oh,
this auction right here. Let's do this one.
Yeah. Oh, the auction just even set it even higher because that's you're going through the page by page. You're like,
yeah.
What's this one at?
Oh, exactly. I'm watching them. I'm sitting there and watch it to like the last minute. Like, nah, it's more than I want to spend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the auctions is addictive now at this point.
Oh yeah. Especially when it says the reserve hasn't met yet. I'm like, okay, what is the reserve?
Yeah.
Tell me what the reserve is right now. I don't want to go over the reserve. I just want to be at the reserve.
Yeah.
So what's
right on $1?
Yeah.
How much?
When I came in, it was 2011, 12, but the auction was it. Everybody really was auctions. That's all I really actually saw was they were trying to get rid of anything and everything.
Well, auctions make you buy stuff you don't need to.
No, they do. And people end up paying more than what it's really actually worth if you didn't because
you want to win. You want to win.
It's that gambling. Yeah. It's gambling. It is literally gambling on snakes. Hey, you win.
So with 77 snakes, how much time are you guys putting in every week in your snake room?
Between feeding, cleaning, all sorts of stuff. Like yesterday, we actually spent like all day because we did a major clean out. We did some tub upgrades, and then we ended up feeding last night as well. So we probably a good like 7 hours in here yesterday.
Oh wow!
But that's not normal.
That's not typical.
That was just
we every day she's checking on the females. Spreadsheet, like I said, Queen here. She takes notes on what the breeder females are doing, so she can learn the habits of our females. So that way we know what are they doing? Are they nesting? Are they going to go in ovulation? Things like that. So
like if they are in the water bowl, sometimes they do that pre-ovulation.
Oh, yeah.
And so I take a note, and then sometimes I'll reference another female and be like, oh, 3 weeks prior to that, she started soaking, and then, then she ovulated 3 weeks after she started that. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do is keep those notes, keep those records, and just really like understand, okay, when this happens, this might happen, sooner rather than later.
Yeah, but every day we do at least a visual, open up the tubs, make sure there's no clean out any urates or any feces, things like that. Get those things out of there, and then the feeding's a week. So I mean, it's hard to give like an average with that, but probably like 10 hours a week or something like that.
At least
10 hours, 10 plus hours, between the two of us.
That's big to really actually know your females and know their demeanors and what they're going through. And that's kind of how I do it. And that's why I've been doing it so long without an ultrasound, because I'm able to read my females, and that's just doing it for years and looking at them and watching them grow and everything, and then going through the breeding seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time to do that stuff, take records. Not everybody does it, and I understand, but for me, it's imperative. So, yeah.
It's a must. I keep records because if something changed,
I keep it here.
Yeah, you gotta keep.
I keep it here. I look at it. Hey, there's times I'll get snakes in and I won't even put a tag on them, but I know what they're het for and everything else when I buy them. So it's like I don't worry about it.
At his age, it's only one more day, and dementia gonna be kicking in. You need
one more day. Nah.
Yeah. We're not getting any younger.
Yeah. Thank you. We're not getting any.
I feel younger lately. I lost a little bit of weight.
There you go. Feel better with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can touch my toes.
You're the size of a toddler.
Oh, yeah. If you can bend over, clip your toenails without feeling, without breathing hard, you're feeling good.
If I'm doing this and I'm not.
Oh,
good.
Will knows.
Will got bad knees. Don't let him bend down. Watch some of his videos.
Oh.
He better not bend down because him coming back up, it takes a little bit of time. You hear him bones popping.
Rice trips and treats. Snap, crackle, and pop.
Oh my gosh. So you guys are into the tarantulas. What's that? Is it the same thing, just being around the ball pythons and the community?
Well, we've been doing the tarantulas for like what 12 years now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're just always like kind of fascinated us. I had a tarantula growing up. I had a pink toe when I was younger and things like that. And you know, staff duck pop. Yeah, so when we got together, it was actually really nice when we got together and finding out that she had snakes of her own and that she was interested in the exotics and stuff like that. So we literally just one day we were driving by Pomona and we're like, hey, the reptile show's going on, let's go. And then like we've been going to shows like pretty much every show we could locally since then. Wow. That's one of the big quality things that we do together is go to these shows, and we make trips out of it sometimes too.
Yeah, but usually it's mainly for supplies, and then if an animal happens to end up with us, that's just how it goes. Tarantulas at least are super easy, and you just throw in a cricket, every couple of weeks or so, and just watch them grow and molt, and it's pretty crazy. You get almost like a different tarantula every molt, it seems like.
Yeah, they have like a lot of colors, patterns. You got your boreals, your terrestrials, your heavy webbers,
old world, new world.
Old world, new world, yeah. Things like that.
More toward old world, new world, or both?
We got a little bit of both.
Both.
A little bit of both.
I'm so inexperienced when it comes to so what determines old world and new world? Is it something that
we're new world and over there's old world?
Yeah, pretty much locale and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So where they come from is old world.
But tell them the difference from an old world versus a new world.
You mean their defense and all their stuff, and
yes, there you go.
A little more bitey, the orange bitey thing, the OBTs.
Yes, the OBTs.
Yeah, their bites a little bit more. I don't want to say intense.
They're fast.
They're fast. If you get to Poecilotheria, those Metallicas, they're
yes,
great looking. But if you let it out of its enclosure, forget it.
They're gone. I got Metallica.
Oh,
they're so pretty blue. They're nice. Yes, I do.
You have to change their enclosures and everything, graduate them up, or
yeah, you start off in a smaller enclosure, and then
as they get bigger, smaller ones. If they're that fast,
you just got to move slow with them.
Yeah, they're quick. They're quick, and you got. It's a slight skill set to kind of rehouse them. It's like, okay, you ready? Make sure you got somebody with you.
Oh yeah. Do it in the bathroom. Cover up the floor. All sorts of stuff. Make sure there are no holes. Exactly.
Will can't do spiders.
Oh man.
No thanks.
I mean, so, or if you got the new world,
just like Frank said, the urticating hairs.
Yes, they will flick them right at you.
And it's like fiberglass. All over your skin, in your throat, and all that. Yeah.
Oh wow!
You got to watch out. The brachypelmas, man, the red knees. They sure enough. If I go in there, even drop a cricket, flicking hairs, real quick. Like let me just open it a little bit here. Get that cricket. There you go.
Yeah,
good.
And you see, Charlie, I love if I lost a spider.
Oh my god.
Well,
for you.
We couldn't have any snakes. You said we couldn't have any snakes, couldn't have any reptiles, and now we're doing it full time.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? She got her part of it. She loves the rodent. She loves the rat. So she's good with that.
A rat like on her shoulder, like around inside the house. Like I'm like, what are you doing?
It's food. I told her, hey, stop playing with the snake food.
I haven't get out in the house at all. Like, it's not going anywhere. It listens to me. I have conversations. I'm like,
they're actually really smart. They're actually really smart. They do create a bond with their owner. I would recommend a rat over a hamster any day.
But he does not like the mice. The mice don't listen. They bite everything.
Oh yeah, they're a little more bitey. You go pick them up, and they'll crawl up your arm. Yeah,
they're more flighty. Like those African animals, whatever you want to call them. Those little things. I mean, some of them when they're babies, they're kind of nippy, but as they get older, they're fine. You can go rub your hand in them, hold them, and they're fine. But the younger ones, they're nippy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So when you need to pick up your real quick going back to the rodents, when you grab up your mouse hoppers, who are you sourcing for your mouse hoppers? Is it like KG or?
I've gone through KG. There's also a couple of local little breeders that I'll go to, things like that. Yeah.
That's cool to have that infrastructure there just in case you absolutely need it.
Yeah, we've kind of spread out. We've hit up a couple different people. It's just depending on their stock. Mm-hmm. If they're breeders as well, they hold a lot of stuff for them, so they may not be able to like let them go. Right. And last case, I mean, we do have a pet store that we go to that does give us a little bit of a discount, but we still try not to go there because their overhead still, it doesn't make it worth it.
What do you normally get in, I guess, per small for frozen thawed since you have to buy in bulk?
In bulk, I think it ends up dwindling down to about $2 a piece because of the packages we get them in. So, yeah. And then different sizing pups, things like that, just like a little under. We're limited space right now on freezer space, so we usually get like just a couple hundred at a time.
Right.
Yeah. See, it was the cost of it getting shipped in, and then the dry ice because it's all one fee, and then when you do the dry ice and getting that shipped in, I went that route before, but it was cheaper for me to buy live and just go pick them up, and that's why I was like doing frozen kind of was out of the question for me.
Yeah, we try to calculate between shows and pick up what we need between shows. And then if there's a bigger gap between shows, like 3-4 months, we'll sit there and buy like a bigger bulk order from the shows.
Plus, in LA, you have more of a concentrated area where you have a lot, going on in LA. So I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you have any kind of issues during that COVID time where certain breeders you're trying to pick up from didn't have enough to supply you and you were kind of like scrambling?
Not really. We didn't have as many snakes at that point.
Okay.
But once shows started picking up, we were able to buy in bulk and things like that. So
timing is key. Yeah. We wasn't thawed for maybe a month. And we switched. We got Carolina Rodents. He's close, he's local, and went to him. And now we're doing some breeding on our own, expanding a little bit. Actually, we were talking to Darren about his expansion, and he blew up with his production.
I did, man. It was the best thing I ever did. Really. Actually,
slow to pull the trigger though on that one.
Because think about it, taking care of the things, man. It's a whole nother job, and it's
every week you having to pull up, to the gas station at 11 o'clock at night, do the hand-to-hand transaction.
Picking up rodents. We got a McDonald's out here. I'm pulling up to the McDonald's all the time. We sit in the McDonald's parking lot, trading up tote. Like, what are you doing? A big drug deal? No, I'm picking up rodents. Want to see?
Yeah.
It's like,
there's gotta be a better way.
Meet me here, and it's late at night too. That's crazy. And it was like,
Do they have the same, I guess, residential restrictions in LA as they do up there in the Bay Area, where your breeder, they are not supposed to be doing it in residential areas? Or
it's all California.
Get it? You gotta make sure you keep the business running. So it only takes one pissed off customer to report you.
Exactly.
It's true.
So I get it. Makes more sense. So how many snakes are you going to be uploading to Morph Market that you have left over? And when are you expecting your first clutch from 2024?
So we've actually got our first clutch in the incubator right now.
Nice.
It was a GHI to the Banana Mojave hip puzzle. Okay. So looking at getting some GHI into the puzzle project as well.
How many?
And we've got another female who's probably gonna be laying in about 3 weeks. She just went through her pre-shed a couple weeks ago. But yeah, so the first, when are we looking at? We're looking at March 17th-ish for the first one to hatch.
Yeah.
How many eggs is that clutch?
4 eggs.
Okay. Cool.
The longest 55 days you've had in a while?
No, the first clutch in 22 is the longest 55 days. That first one, because you want to make sure you're doing everything right and all sorts of stuff,
Like feels like a year.
Yeah, I mean, now after half a dozen clutches, I mean, I just throw it in there. You know, every couple of weeks I'll turn on the light. Like, they're not molding; they're good.
See, that's where I'm at now. We got 2 clutches in the incubator, and last year we had 43 clutches. But I mean, I say looking in the incubator through the window like every day. Now I'm just like, wait a minute. I set an alarm on the phone. I'm like, I'm just passing the incubator, not even looking in.
Yeah,
so I want to fill up.
there's a little more ease knowing that we got things set up a little bit, properly, and then it could take care of itself.
Right. Think about that. He did 43 clutches for his first season.
Yeah,
I mean, he went in hard.
That is nuts.
You went in hard.
The easiest thing about it, we only have 69 sellable babies left.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So that's really huge.
You know? Yeah, I think we've got maybe like 8 or 9 that we're gonna be listing up on Morph Market.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, some spot nose hypos. I got a butter spot nose calico hypo that we're gonna be putting up on there. Firehead clown. So a couple of things.
Okay. How do you feel about clown taking such a drop in the market from where it was?
So I guess us getting into it and having the clutches kind of as the prices are dropping is not hitting us as hard, I guess you would say. I mean, it definitely did hurt the fact that we were buying at the higher prices a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And now seeing the prices where they're at, you're like, oh man, the way the value dropped down. But as far as seeing those sales, I know, and I get it how some breeders were seeing those, hey, that single gene clown's going for $600 and all sorts of stuff. And now they're like $75 in Morph Market. I feel for them, but I guess, yeah, we weren't hit as hard with that being in the selling wise, because we know that's what the market's at right now. Right. So we didn't go to the show sitting there and putting on a $500 sticker price and people offering us $50, and they're like, so
yeah.
We're adjusting to that, and that's one of the reasons why we're going with the recessives and stuff like that to keep the value up.
Absolutely. And the multi-recessives, 2 or more, is definitely going to keep the value up, I think, in the future. Because even when the market rebounds and finishes correcting and starts increasing, I think for the most part, simple combos are still going to be low. Single gene clown or single gene pod or things like that are going to be low. But the combos is what's going to demand more of a higher end price, higher end this.
Yeah.
Did you pick up anything where you seen the market kind of drop in that project?
What do we pick up? I mean, just like the clown stuff. Like I said, my first clown, I was ecstatic when I bought it for like $250 at a show, and I was like, oh yeah, But yeah, I've seen the clown market come down a lot, and I get it because there's so many people working with clown now. There's so much out there, and I get that that's going to come down. I personally feel they should have a little more value than what they got. Any of the recessives. To see a clown at $75 or a G stripe at $50, a hypo at $50, that's a little disheartening. But yeah, so I think maybe just like
I mean, even seeing the double recessive drop, that was kind of like
clown. Oh man, yeah,
clown pied, one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Those clown DGs are coming down pretty fast too.
Yep.
Yeah, they're coming.
The number of people that's in those programs. So if the number of people in those programs are so large, then the number when they start producing, they're going to drop. For the very reason that if you're not, a big name, any of the big names or any of the people up underneath them that solidified themselves in this industry, like the only thing that you can do in regular business, you don't have the demand for your supply. You're going to drop the price supply, so that will increase your demand. It's sad, but it's just simple business.
It's a business, yeah, and everything.
Yeah. Just like cars dropping in price. Cars are dropping in price.
You're going to go buy from Joe Blow and take a chance because it's 50% of the actual going price on exactly what you want. Good guy, good person, good business, but you don't know them.
Yeah.
You pay the money, get exactly what you want. You're a happy customer. They're a happy seller. That's just how business works. It's unfortunate.
I also believe in giving that, you definitely gotta talk to them, get to know them, see how they're breeding and things like that. But you got to give that small breeder a chance too, because guess what? Everybody started off somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and then
you're less likely if the price is the same. If the price is the same as Canova, think about how many posts you go on Morph.
Oh yeah.
And it's a breeder selling a snake, and all they're saying is, it's this snake. The snake is beautiful, and it came from so and so. And people are like, all right, here.
Yeah.
So, it's important.
Mm-hmm.
Want to build those relationships, especially for future and future networking. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, when's your next show? When you planning for your next show?
It's going to be the Pet Expo at Pomona, so the Reptile Super Show in June. I think it's the weekend of the 29th, I believe. Okay. It's going to be a big show that Rami's putting on. So it's not just going to be reptiles. It's going to be birds. It's going to be aquatics, plants, like cactus succulents type things. So it's going to be a big show.
Oh wow! So, this is the first time he's having that one there, or?
He usually does the Super Show. I think this is his 49th show, but yeah, he's including the birds and the fish and all this stuff in this one.
So at Pomona, there is another show, that was, you pay another entry fee, but it had birds.
Oh yeah, before
right next door. Yeah,
it was right next door. It was a different fee. They used to do like dogs and cats years ago, different fee. But yeah, Romney's hooking this one up, and I think it's at the same price for the entire show.
That'd probably help out a lot because I mean, some of those shows they're $50 to walk in that door.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, it's gonna be a big show. So we got that one there going, and we're gonna share a table with Smitty, with Ryan from Smitty Serpents. He's another good guy down here that's been helping us out and stuff. So yeah.
Was he at Pomona?
Yeah, he was at Pomona. He had a single table. He was kind of in the middle towards the back.
Towards the back. That probably missed him.
Yeah.
Now, if all the stars align with sales, with what's available in the market, what will be your ideal next pickup?
Ooh. What would be our
ideal pickup? Oof.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just because we want to get the Ultramel into our projects. Probably a visual Ultramel, possibly visual hypo, if not hypo, just to get that other recessive into our projects.
Oh, cool.
So that'd probably be the ideal.
Nice to know.
I like the hypo Ultramel clown. That is, man.
Oh yeah,
I like it a lot. I do.
Right, so we went hypo Ultramel pod.
Yeah. I think we're gonna go the hypo Ultramel puzzle.
Ooh.
Yep.
Untapped.
Untapped, yeah. Exactly,
yeah. Big time. Okay, cool.
What's up, Keys?
Yeah.
So, wait, who do you have for the Super Bowl? I just want to hear.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, neither one of them are my teams, but I don't want to see the Swifties win, so I think the 49ers. I'm hoping 49ers.
49ers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, at least
I'm not like a big football fan, but everybody shows up for a Super Bowl, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, being 5'2", you're not going to be a football fan.
Hey, that's all right. I stuck with wrestling. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a punter, right?
Yeah, I guess I could be.
Way back there, you touch them.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro. Well, we appreciate having you guys on. We had you guys on
coming on.
Oh no, appreciate you guys for the invite.
Yeah, thank you.
Anytime, we'd love to have you guys actually back on, and maybe toward the end of 2024 and see what's the same, what's changed for you guys, maybe a different perspective on then, so
that'd be awesome.
Definitely want to.
Especially to see some of your pairings or what you produce too.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, I can't wait to see some of them holdbacks and get them.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. But tell everybody watching where they can find you if they want to get in contact with you. Some of them hypo combos, some of them DGs.
So Instagram obviously at Whipball Pythons. We do have the Facebook that we're not really too active on. But you can hit us up at whipballpythons@gmail.com as well if you got any questions. But yeah, the main one is probably Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is kind of running the social media market at the moment.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. But we appreciate you guys. Just hang out for 1 second, and we'll close it all down.
I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Hey guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's stream. We're gonna keep it rocking and rolling. Darren, who we have up next?
Oh, Nixon Reptiles.
Oh,
yep, 2 weeks.
Oh, Brandon, that's gonna be an interesting one. We talked to him on a regular. He's for a minute as well. He's more of a vet compared to us, or here. I know Darren's a vet.
He's a vet.
He definitely has a different vision about him. In some of his programs that he's working, he's far ahead in a lot of programs. So that's a really, really interesting show. Can't wait. What date we're gonna have him on?
What is it? Is it the 25th?
Is it? Let me look at the calendar. It will be the 25th.
25th. Yep.
Definitely tune in the 25th, 3 p.m. Eastern time. What is it out there for time?
12 p.m. Western.
It's 12 p.m. Western time. So if you're tuning in from each coast, definitely chime in. We appreciate you guys, and we'll check with you guys later.